to help ensure legal, ethical, just, and professional actions are taken with complete transparency by said agencies, and initiate any lawful actions to correct any illegal, unethical, unjust, non-transparent, and unprofessional actions by said agencies. That's why we're here, folks. That's why I've been meeting the last several weeks and the like, and trying to convince our borough council that they are proceeding in a manner that which we simply believe and feel, not just in our hearts, because does it make any sense? And there's been municipal officials over the years, okay, that went to jail for this kind of stuff, where they're giving taxpayer money for somebody's private use and gain, or improving somebody's private property. All those things, folks, are totally improper and perhaps unlawful. So here we are. There's a number of other concerns that we've expressed, not the least of which is the gross overspending that's taking place. Can you imagine a borough council that plans to spend $2.4 million beyond revenues in a year? $2.4 million. That's what the plan was for 2018. And it looks like till the audit results come in for 2018, it looks like it's at least $2 million. And it's unconscionable. So we got to do something about it. The who. The who is the citizens, the residents, and the taxpayers of this community. That's who the who is. Who we are not. And Kate mentioned that. We're not a PAC. We're not a political action committee. We are not against development in the borough of Columbia. We're not against developers in the borough of Columbia. A developer asking anybody for money and asking the government for money, in this case borough council, the borough council should be able to say no, and know that they shouldn't do it, even when citizens are telling them you shouldn't do it. Could be unlawful. It's done anyway. We are simply not against improvement and improvements and development in Columbia. If it's done, it's got to be done with transparency, certainly legally, ethically. It's just something that folks that we have to make sure of, and that's our purpose. That's what the Columbia Concerned Citizens Association is going to be all about. That's our purpose. Initiate any lawful actions to correct any illegal, unethical, unjust, non-transparent, and unprofessional actions by any governmental agencies within the borough. We get to the what. What are we doing? What do we do? And what are we doing? Well, obviously, we're forming an association the official actions today that's on the agenda. So if you chose to join as a member, then you can stay today and vote. Because there's things that we have to do consistent with the governing principles of the organization, and there's filings that we have to make, and our attorneys are saying you need to do this quickly. So even if it was a snowstorm today, it really was not an option not to be, and try to at least get things officially set up so we can get the documents to our attorneys and proceed accordingly. Because they're soon ready to go. The when has been the last number of weeks. The first effort, of course, was the petitions. We had over around 77 petitions, thereabout. There was over 1,100 names, close to 1,200 if I understand correctly. We've been working this, and we were trying to get council to reverse their actions and avoid going through what ultimately now it looks like we have to go through, because they're apparently hard-nosed about forcing the taxpayers to correct this situation. And the residents. Presently, the attorneys have proceeded and have, in a matter of days, they'll be ready to file the formal complaint and the injunctions to stop council in doing what they're doing. Good. So, folks, we just didn't talk about it. And at the prior meetings, everybody was saying, you got to do something now. They're not listening to us. We got to do something now. We're doing it. Good. We're going through with it. The where is obviously the Borough of Columbia. What this association has in common is that it's open to all residents and taxpayers. We all have a common purpose. We have a common stake in the way governmental agencies are running this borough, and we're going to send a message loud and clear. We just simply won't allow you to trample over our rights, to jeopardize our way of living, and certainly the spending of our tax money ought to be appropriate. Got to be lawful. The how, forming this organization and doing what we must in order to assure that our agencies in the Borough of Columbia are doing the job consistent with all of the things that are mentioned here, doing it legally, ethically, justly, with professionalism, and with complete transparency. That's the how that we're going to try to ensure this. And we need as many members of the association that we can get. So I asked you, friends, families, neighbors,